impromptu video. I wasn't really planning on filming this today. I'm at a BMW drive event, and these days are usually so sort of rushed, and well, not rushed at their end, but there's so many cars to try and drive that I wasn't really planning on filming anything. But this car is a bit of a special car. It is probably the most hardcore Mini, certainly the most hardcore Mini that's come from BMW or Mini themselves. It's the GP, and I've just driven it, I'd say on track. It's at Bicester Heritage. They've got bits of the old runway and sort of access roads and various bits and pieces. They set up a little course there. It's effectively just 2 or 3 corners, but I've just given it a bit of a blast around there, and a hell of a lot of fun. Very, very harsh, very, very fast. It's surprising actually how well it's able to put its power down, considering the fact that you can probably see out the window is not particularly great weather today. It's very, very wet. But yeah, this it was surprisingly not surprising, it was just rapid. Very, very harsh suspension, very, very bumpy, but it kind of suits the nature of the car, I suppose. It feels sort of special, you know. You wouldn't buy this and then drive it to work every day. Well, you might do if you're some kind of masochist, but you wouldn't treat this as your daily drive. This is a weekend special. This is a Sunday special drive kind of car. Into your hatchbacks, if you're into hot hatches, you like that front wheel drive experience, and frankly I can't blame you, because I love a good hot hatch, and this is, I don't know, I haven't driven it enough to say if it's a good hot hatch or a great hot hatch yet. It's definitely an event, that is without a doubt. As soon as you start it up, it makes I'm not going to say a wonderful noise, but it makes a hell of a noise, and then as soon as you pull out to the road, you can feel it. It's very taut, it's very stiff. It's like no other Mini you've ever driven. So I think up front it's got 306 horsepower. I mean, 306 horsepower in a front wheel drive car. Christ. I mean, I remember when I was 18 and I drove a Punto GT. I don't think when I was 18, I think it might have been 17. And I drove this Punto GT and it had 130 horsepower, and I remember thinking, crikey, how can anything be faster than this thing? And at 130 horsepower, I mean, you get that, less than that from your average cooking hatchback these days. So 306 in a front wheel drive car, and it somehow manages to put it down. I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of electronic trickery going on behind the scenes that mean it's able to do those things and accelerate, gets power down, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so this is sort of just a very quick sort of word vomit, really. Like I say, haven't prepared this video, haven't really thought ahead about what I'm going to say. I literally just hit record and started talking at you guys. But yeah, first and foremost, like I say, it's very direct, it's very firm. It's, even in this wet weather, it just feels like, effortless to kind of point the nose exactly where you want it. If you want to tuck it into a corner and really throw it through the corner, then it's just easy to sling it through. So from that point of view, I mean, it's up there with some of the best sort of modern front wheel drive things that I've driven. Again, going back to it is a harsh ride. It's a harsh experience in here, but I think that's kind of the point. It's not, if you want a bit more refinement, then you would just buy a normal Mini Cooper S JCW or something like that. But it's not. I suppose it's not that much stiffer. So yeah, so far I like it. I like the way it steers. I like the way it drives. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it goes. I'm not sure about this automatic gearbox. I mean, get me wrong, it works. It's perfectly adequate. It changes fast enough, I suppose, but I don't know. I just feel like I want a proper gearbox. You know, I'd much rather go a little bit slower, but have a manual. You know, that's just me. And I think this sort of car that maybe suits a manual gearbox more. Maybe, I don't know. Well, yeah, you see, it's just it's feisty. This thing. It wants to. It's like straining at the leash. It's like a little bull terrier trying to break the leash and get away from its owner. Every time you put the power down, it's like, right, you know, and it's just, yeah, it's an entertaining little package, and I kind of like the absurdity of it. I mean, I've got weird taste in cars. I ask most people that know me. I generally tend to like things that other people would go, okay. But I like the absurdity. I like the silly rear wing. I like the spats that are on the side that I'm not entirely sure if they do anything, but they look kind of cool. I like the fact there's no rear seats in this thing. You know, it's just got a bit of scaffolding in the back. It's a silly car, and I quite like silly. But yeah, like I say, I just wish it was a silly car with a manual gearbox, maybe. But if it's going to have an auto, I suppose this isn't a bad one. It certainly isn't hugely limiting my enjoyment of the car. So yeah, don't really know what else to say. Like I say, this is such a rushed video, and such apologies. It's absolute word vomit at you guys. So yeah, I hope you didn't mind it. I hope you stayed till the end. And if you did, give us a like, give us a subscribe, all those things that YouTubers normally ask you to do, and yeah, look forward to having you guys along to watch many more videos to come. Bye.